Hello folks, it's Connie Brower in Falmouth, Nova Scotia, Canada. This happens to be the anniversary of the Martin Luther King I Have a Dream speech. Canada record on human rights and civil rights is absolutely dismal. Nothing's changed. Actually, it's gotten worse because Canada is a country that has a constitution ruled by the Charter of Rights. These Charter of Rights are supposed to protect every single Canadian. Actually, you don't have to even be a Canadian. Any person who's in Canada. It's supposed to protect them. But unfortunately, it does not protect them because you can't have access to your Charter of Rights. The courts do not uphold the Charter. Yep. The courts themselves are the worst offenders of violating the Charter of Rights for individuals in Canada because they do not uphold the Charter. The provincial courts, the Supreme Courts of the provinces, I'm from Nova Scotia. I have filed numerous charter applications in Nova Scotia and they have been dismissed. These are basic human rights. There's not any arbitration or debate about the human rights of the type of things that I have filed. And the Charter, they're protected by the Charter, supposed to be protected by the Charter. And they are not. They are dismissed, ignored, shuffled under the pile of papers, and it is Canada's best kept secret that there are no Charter of Rights in this country. I will give you an example. Right now, I have an interim injunction against me that I cannot mention a certain person or what this person has done to us, me and my husband and our family. We're going to court. We're in court now. We have been in court for nearly 2 years in this matter. And an arbitrary judge, Justice Murphy, has arbitrarily decided to violate our Charter of Rights by issuing an interim injunction. This interim injunction, by the very nature, it's temporary, but it has gone on for quite some time now. And it doesn't look like it's progressing anymore through the courts, this case. The plaintiff, the other party, has not progressed. Instead, she has filed multiple motions against us that are ridiculous and vexatious and frivolous, and she's been denied all of them. But she hasn't done anything to continue with her application in this lawsuit, which, by the way, is also frivolous and vexatious. So Justice Murphy decided, without any finding of fault or innocence, decided to put an interim injunction against us, which means I can't speak about this individual, which is a total violation of our Charter of Rights, freedom of speech, Section 2. And I will read you the section. Section 2 is the fundamental freedoms of the Charter of Rights. And it says everyone has the following fundamental freedoms: freedom of conscience and religion, freedom of thought, belief, opinion, and expression, including freedom of the press and other media of communication, freedom of peaceful assembly, and freedom of association. It is called Section 2. It is the most basic Charter of Rights freedoms. That's where your Charter of Rights starts, with Section 2. And this has been violated. The Canadian courts have violated multiple Charter of Rights in our case, uh, including Section 15.1, which is the right to equality, and Section 28, which is that men and women are treated equally. And they have not done that. And every time we bring it up to them, the biggest violation is Section 24.1, which means you can access a court of competent jurisdiction if your charter rights are violated. Well, that's a big fat lie. So folks, especially for the people that are in the courts or that have had their charter rights violated, this is not a happy day. This is Martin Luther King Day, a day in the anniversary of the 50th anniversary of the freedom of speech. And it's absolutely disgusting that Canada prides itself on its human rights morality, goes to other countries and admonishes other countries for their human rights violations, and yet they have the most basic human rights violations of all, which is the violation of the Charter of Rights of Individuals in Canada. So this happens all over Canada, and the barrister societies of the Nova Scotia and the other provinces and the Canadian barrister societies have ensured this by not having any qualified lawyers trained to take on Charter of Rights cases. You will not find a Charter of Rights lawyer anywhere in Canada. You will not find it. Because I've been looking for the last 20 years, and I have yet to find it. They might put their name on it and say they are Charter rights lawyers, but when you call them, they don't know anything about it. They're ignorant. They're completely ignorant of how to uphold the Charter of Rights for any individual in Canada. This is a terrible day in Canada, the 50th anniversary of Martin Luther King civil rights. It's disgusting. So go to our website, occupythecourts.ca. Occupythecourts.ca. Get involved. Make a donation. We are fighting this on a national and international level. So please be a part of it. Thank you.